was fine when you held my hand. I was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never.
What's going on, you awesome creators, and welcome to our very first commentator speed build. So I've done a few speed builds in the past over the last month and a half or so, but I haven't really had a chance to commentate them because it's a lot of bloody work that I didn't realise. So hats off to Deligracy and Sim Supply and everybody else that kind of commentates their own speed builds. It's a bit hectic. Kind of like everything with YouTube, I suppose, is there is a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes that you don't even realise. So yeah, but anyway, this build, guys, I kind of started out on a sketch of a notebook and kind of just tried to work out how I could create it in Sims. So at the moment, it's kind of designed to be two separate wings. You've got the guest bedroom and office over on the right hand side as you first come in. That's what I'm currently building up right now. The office has got its own kind of little its own little bathroom, which I'll start building in a minute or two, and then obviously the ensuite goes with the guest bedroom. It's pretty tight quarters, and unfortunately it ended up being a little bit like a dungeon, which you'll see from the screenshots at the end of the video. Unfortunately there's just no natural light, and I didn't realize until I was taking the screenshots a while ago. But other than that, I think this wing kind of came out really quite well. The little toilet to go with the office, and the overflow into the coat closet, or the walk-in coat closet. And then just here I'm kind of just playing with different objects and seeing what I can kind of mold together to kind of create different kind of furniture. This was a hint that was kind of given to me by Nessa or Vanessa in one of our previous kind of builds. So super pumped that she was able to kind of experience her or share her kind of knowledge with us, because obviously I'm pretty green at this, pretty new, and don't fully know what I'm doing just yet. Hopefully my creative skills can kind of pull through the Sims build a little bit more. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below when we get to the end of the video, and let me know if you like this build, if you want to see it. It is in the gallery, so you guys can kind of play it. There was only one kind of major issue with the playability of it, which I noticed was in the kitchen, but I'll show you that in a minute or two. This here that I'm kind of building at the moment is our split kind of bathroom for our ensuite. I kind of really like it. Having the kind of split bathroom and opening up that circulation space down through the ensuite, I think was really quite effective. And it's not a huge traffic or movement area, so it should work pretty well. I don't have any major issues about the circulation. And these lights here, I love these lights. I had to move them, tweak them a little bit, but they're super bright and kind of really enjoyed them. Not sure if they're from the base game or from one of the new expansion packs that I kind of just picked up. But really like those lights, and I think I end up using them later on in a different room, I think. So I'm just finishing up the office just now. I usually try and put in a few little architectural elements. I notice there's a few little blueprints with the generic game. I normally put those in because I kind of like putting in different blueprints and whatnot, because that stuff fascinates me. I'm not sure if I did it in this or whether I just put in some chalkboards or corkboards, I should say. But yeah, I was really quite happy with the way the office came out, especially with that window over in the corner, which allows you to kind of see who's coming through the gated courtyard, which I have to build yet, but you'll see that when I finish up. And you probably saw it in the intro actually. Let me know if you actually like that intro. That was a little bit of work. She was a little bit shaky. Didn't really overly like the shaky walkthrough, but I kind of like the little cinematography, whatever that word is. I like the little approach that we could do that and have a little bit of fun, kind of showing my little architecture sim walk through the outer courtyard through the study space or the study window, just allowing the window to kind of frame him as he was walking through. But anyway, guys, this is kind of nearly almost going to wrap us up on this wing of the house. So I'm just adding our little clothes closet, walk-in robe, coat closet, whatever we've got. So yeah, got to add that in yet. A little bit of clutter. And because architects are generally a little bit messy, a little bit cluttered, I ended up putting in a little few little boxes, so it was kind of like the architect or the dude that's using the office is kind of overflowing and can't keep his stuff together. And then I was just trying to add in a few little sketches and whatnot, as though it was like a little artist space, because I just feel like we're all kind of a little bit messy at times. I know at the best of times I can be pretty messy, especially during projects and whatnot. My workspace gets completely trashed, and then every morning I have to kind of come back in and clean it up before I can kind of focus on work. I just can't focus in clutter and in mess. But yeah, let me know how you guys focus. Is your workstation at home really messy, or whether can you guys deal with clutter, or you need to stay like a neat freak a bit like me? But anyway, moving on with our build, we're kind of starting to build a stairway. I'm trying to find some things that I've seen in Dutch Sims 4 Masters video where he uses these kind of barricades, these ones here. So I really wanted to use these in this build, and right now I was kind of framing out the kind of stairwell. I wanted to create like a modern stairwell with a whole heap of kind of grass and kind of a little garden space that the guest wing could kind of experience, because obviously they're the only ones coming up this direction. I just thought it was a nice little feature to kind of add in. Lining up those timber slats though wasn't the easiest, because I end up throwing a second story of those up. I realised after the fact that there is actually some taller ones, and I was just using the short ones. I should have played with them a little bit more and kind of had some fun. But anyway guys, we're kind of jumping into the butler's pantry now. I don't normally do butler's pantries, but I just thought why not with the kind of kitchen I was creating. I kind of just wanted a nice clean minimalist kitchen, and I was kind of playing with this kind of stovetop and just seeing if I could integrate it into the countertops. This isn't playable. You can't use that stove unfortunately while you're playing. You will run into issues, so my suggestion would just be use one of the countertops in the butler's pantry. Take one of the bench tops out and just replace it with a stove. I don't know, obviously this is in the gallery. Once you guys download it, it's yours. You guys can play it and smash through the walls and change it up however you guys like. But yeah, that'd be my suggestion. Just take it out of the butler's pantry and put it in. For our kitchen here, I kind of just wanted to have a play and work out what I could do in regards to kind of windows. I don't know, I seem to gravitate towards the darker coloured windows, and I prefer the black and white kind of aesthetic, I suppose. And I ended up doing some wraparound windows that kind of just sit above the countertops, which to me is really quite nice, because that way as you're washing up or doing your chores, you've got this kind of nice view out over a park, and into the external courtyard. And I suppose if I was to do these up in one of my other programs, I probably would have ended up making them probably casement windows or some kind of operable window where you could actually open and kind of serve out across the bench top and into the outdoor courtyard there. But you know, Sims is kind of limited. That's kind of one of the reasons I kind of wanted to play it, is kind of just test what I could achieve, I suppose, with the constraints of a game. So yeah, now I'm just kind of adding in a little bit of clutter, because I love the pop of different colours in these little areas, and I think it's really kind of important to kind of make your Sims builds a little bit more lived in, I suppose. But at the meantime, I just wanted to kind of keep it minimalistic and, you know, not too much in it. So yeah, you'll see me kind of playing with quite a number of objects throughout this game, or throughout this speed build. I'm still kind of getting used to the different kind of items that you've got. There is so many items to choose from, and I don't know them as well as I probably should. So I'm still trying to learn them all, and that way kind of be able to build more or interesting stuff instead of kind of just going back to the same objects all the time. But yeah, I do notice that I seem to gravitate towards the black and the white. It just seems it's clean and crisp, and it's a bit modern, which is kind of what I really enjoy. As we kind of jump into this, I've kind of got an open plan kitchen and lounge room, and you'll see me playing with a few different coffee tops, but I love this fireplace one. I think come in the new expansion packs, whether it be City Living or what was the other one we bought? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, or I'll put a comment in below. I think it was it wasn't cats and dogs. Maybe it was vampires. I don't know. It was one of them. We've got 2 of the expansion packs. I kind of like to constrain myself to the base game a little bit as well. I am trying to get myself a few more different expansion packs at the moment, just so we can have a little bit more fun and a little bit more creativity with the different items that obviously the expansion packs provide. I think this is going to be pretty much finishing up the base ground level. Oh yeah, we got to do our external courtyard. So this is the external courtyard that you can kind of see through, or in the study while you're looking out that kind of window. Obviously, in case you get guests or whatever, during business hours while you're trying to work, you can kind of look through that window and see whether you want to actually leave the office and go around and check out or open up the front door and be interrupted during your workday. I don't know, I just kind of like it for a little bit of privacy and security reasoning. It was really just interesting to throw the window in there, and you kind of saw that through the entryway there. For the front of the house, I'm not 100% convinced on it. I don't like in Sims how every wall kind of has to be flat, or you've got to come out one full square. Kind of wish that you could kind of push and pull sections of the wall and just have a little bit more fun with it and just play with depth a little bit more. I suppose that'll come a little bit more as I get more familiar with Sims and building more Sims builds. But at the moment, I'm kind of struggling with, just creating a little bit of depth in the front as well as the roofs. And I think that's more because, I haven't played it too much. You will find later on that I do start throwing in a little bit of slats. Again, right here. So we're just kind of playing with that slat just to give it a little bit extra texture. I have seen since filming this the use of columns. The columns seem to work really, really well, and I think I'll probably end up using columns a fair bit to kind of just break up the monotony of just facades, basically. But yeah, I don't know if I succeeded with the front. Again, I just kind of wanted to play with those kind of tiling, those timber battens as much as possible. Initially, I was going to put them in the garden wall as well, or the courtyard, the front garden wall. But yeah, I decided against it. I didn't want to overdo it. So yeah, but anyway, this is kind of jumping up into the top story now. That first wing above the office and guest bedroom is going to be the kids wing, and then the parents wing kind of gets this huge space over here on the right hand side. And then I kind of wanted a void above the stairwell, so you got this awesome kind of just, I don't know, awesome kind of entryway as you kind of come in. It was painful to get in, and I don't know if that's because I'm new to Sims or if that's because it's always painful. But trying to get that stairway to work was just really painful. The ceiling would always pop up, or there'd be a wall in the way or something else. I think I've completely ignored it now, and I'll come back to it in a bit. I just was starting to get a little bit frustrated with it. And here we go, I'm trying to line up these tiles again. I don't know, I should have just used the longer tiles or timber slats. But, learning experience, and I kind of know that they're there now. And, I kind of really like this stairwell. And just the way it kind of came out, I think it was really quite enjoyable to do up. And we're now just creating that half wall. So you kind of got this half wall, and you can kind of see over the top of it, and as you're going into the children's wing. But here we go, we're trying to add the stairs back in, and as you can see, it's been a bit painful. I think that's got it. Yep, so that's just finished it up. So that was actually pretty easy once I worked out how to do it effectively. So yeah, like I said, this is kind of the children's wing separated by a bathroom, because there is like 4 bathrooms in this. And then obviously working on the parents' retreat over here. I always seem to do a parents' retreat in a lot of my, not just Sim builds, but in my architectural stuff as well. In my personal projects. I don't know, I just feel like parents deserve a holiday, man. Like, it's hard work sometimes, and having a little retreat away from the kids isn't necessarily a bad thing. So I think about here we're about halfway through the build, which was about an hour in real time. So yeah, it was a bit of a lengthy one, so I started trying to compress a little bit and do some things a little bit quicker instead of kind of dragging it out. I think it ended up being like a 2-hour build all in total. which was good fun, but 2 hours is a long time, especially when I've got other things going on. I usually try and kind of do these on a weekend after my weekend job. Got a few different jobs going at the moment, you know, embracing that hustler lifestyle and just hustling as much as possible while trying to do YouTube at the same time. It's not always easy, especially when you've got 4 different jobs plus doing university throughout the semester. I think I'm doing alright. I haven't burnt out yet, so we'll see how long I can maintain it. I know in the first year of doing university I was traveling between 750 to 1,000 k's a week on a motorcycle. I was staying in Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland, and driving maybe an hour down to Gold Coast every day for university, and then once or twice a week going back up to my hometown, you know, because I had a little bit of property up there until the wife and I sold that. I was kind of going back up there to spend time with the wife, and unfortunately I was working 2 10-hour days, Saturday, Sunday, while up in Toowoomba. So needless to say, I kind of burnt out a little bit after 6 months of doing that kind of crazy schedule, but I really enjoyed it, and it was a great experience on the motorbike. It was good fun riding through puddles that were becoming rivers because of the thunderstorms coming through. Definitely don't recommend it, but I did enjoy it, so yeah. But anyway, back into our speed build. You can kind of see I'm just adding in kind of little office spaces for the 2 bedrooms. I always seem to do this for the kids' bedrooms. I didn't give them a full-blown computer, but definitely gave them a little tablet. I'm not sure what you guys or what your households are like, but it just feels like we've all got our own little phones, tablets, whatever else. You know, the kids usually get my hand-me-down kind of iPad Touch, and like I think I had the first generation iPad Mini or something. And then when I upgrade to the iPad Pro, I think one of the kids got that, and I'm not even sure where it is nowadays. But yeah, I was back to the kind of getting distracted. So yeah, back to the build. We're kind of just looking at the studies, and I think I was playing with the hallway. Really like that painting, that mural that kind of came through with that flash of red that we ended up putting in the hallway. Really kind of like that, and yeah, hopefully I can find a few more like that in the expansion packs. And I don't mind that that kind of wallpaper, kind of almost Chinese or Japanese calligraphy scrolls that are in this end bedroom. Really love the Japanese and Chinese culture. It's something that really fascinated me growing up. So, and then I was lucky enough to get a scholarship over to Japan in 2016. Yeah, 2016. So that was an awesome time over in Japan. So that was last year. Got to go over there for like 3 weeks or something. But yeah, here I am kind of playing with some windows. I wanted to give them a little bit of depth, a little bit of thickness. So thankfully in the new expansion pack there was these kind of windows that kind of had a little bit of awning or a little bit of shading device around them. So I was able to kind of give the front facade or front of the house a little bit more of a depth by using those. I do kind of wish you could reverse them or mirror them, because I didn't like the fact that they were both facing the same way. But yeah, it is what it is, and you probably just saw me add in our kind of void, our kind of entry lights, which I really liked. And you know, I'm just kind of finishing up the children's wing here now before I kind of head into the parents' retreat. Parents' retreat isn't kind of as retreaty as I'd like. They've obviously got a fair bit of space there, probably a quarter of the house really. There's those lights again, but I decided to not put them in. Loving these egg-shaped chairs as well. They're a good bit of fun. Came in the new expansion pack. But yeah, back to the parents' retreat. It's not as retreaty as I liked. I would have liked to put in a spa bath or something. But they ended up getting their own private little balcony overlooking the outer courtyard. That's the balcony there that we just kind of did up. And their own ensuite, which is pretty standard in houses these days. Again, it's only a 3x3 square. A little bit boring. I think it's pretty much the same kind of layout as we did in the previous bathroom. But you can see there I kind of started trying to put in a spa bath and it just wasn't going to fit, and I didn't really want to adjust the rooms too much, so I just let them be and just kind of did the same generic bathroom layout and put this window up above, because I love love the idea of looking in a bathtub and being able to look out across trees and whatever else, and just kind of living in the treetops. So you'll see that I do that quite a bit. Put a window up above the baths that I'll put in these speed builds. So you may be kind of thinking why I've kind of made this parents retreat so bloody big, and I just kind of did it because I wanted a bit of a breakfast bar lounging space up here as well. So you notice there that I've just put in kind of the lounge, and then I wanted an exposed kind of walk-in robe. So I ended up exposing this, having obviously the shoes down in the corner, candles, yeah, awesome. But yeah, shoes down in the corner, and obviously the coat racks and whatever else, and just having that nice and exposed walk-in robe. Obviously it'll work really well if you got neat freak kind of sims. If they tend to be a bit messy, I don't know how well it's going to work. But this kind of breakfast bar and buffet hut I just thought it'd be really kind of nice just to be able to chill out upstairs for a little bit longer, and without having to go down and deal with work and whatever else. I try and make these builds, you know, a little bit holiday-y, a little bit kind of glamorous, luxury, so you can kind of chill out and enjoy it a little bit more. Really loving this print. That print that I just put up, that nice big white one. I don't know if it is a print or sculpture or whatever it is. Pretty sure it came in the new expansion pack because I haven't actually seen it before. Just kind of like the abstract triangles that kind of came with it. But yeah, anyway, kind of dressing up this exposed walk-in robe. I really can't call it an exposed walk-in robe. What would you call it? A exposed wardrobe? I don't know. So yeah, I think it works quite well. Again, you'd obviously have to be pretty neat, and just changing out a kind of window to have more of a darker colour to it before kind of decorating the balcony out here. Again, just trying to create that almost retreat-like space for the parents, and then just playing with a little bit of carpet. So you've got that hard timber floors, but some nice carpeted area down there, and just trying to separate the spaces out between what's the walk-in robe or the wardrobe and what's actually the bedroom down there. So by changing a little bit of materiality on the floor, you've definitely then got some distinct zones throughout the space, instead of it just feeling like one big ginormous space. And that way, by putting up a little bit of screens in the bedroom, I can kind of hope to create something a little bit more intimate while you're sleeping, and then obviously have this nice big luxurious kind of room, I suppose, that's almost hotel-like when you kind of get up. So just through the separation of materiality and materials, hopefully I was able to kind of achieve what I wanted to. And then obviously you've got your own private little balcony down in here for your Sunday morning coffees, and you know, just chill out and overlook the park, because I think this lot in Sims overlooks one of the parks. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of really give you a space to enjoy that and sit up at the treetops and enjoy that. So yeah, I think that is going to pretty much finish up the top of the house, and right now we're just kind of coming downstairs, doing a little bit of landscaping, just trying to kind of make it feel a little bit like the backyard or the park is an extension of each other, so that the park kind of feels like it's flowing on from your backyard, and the backyards are flow on from the park. But obviously you kind of still want a bit of privacy, and you want a little bit more of security. So I ended up putting in a whole heap of plants to kind of create the illusion of a boundary, or not the illusion, but the perception that there is a boundary there, and that it is someone's house and you can't just kind of walk in. My only concern, or my only issue with kind of having the trees, is they seem to cut through the walls and stuff, which really bothers me, especially when you're kind of doing screenshots. So you'll find in the gallery, I don't think I have this many trees, because I think I ended up deleting them when I was taking screenshots, because it just seems to be an issue where you've always got plants and whatnot, especially if you're holding down Alt as you place and kind of moving things off the grid lines. You always seem to be having plants sticking through your walls and whatnot. But yeah, here we are, just kind of finishing out the outdoor patio area. And again, kind of, I want those casement windows, or the feel of casement windows that you can kind of serve through and kind of serve the people outside with these great big, you know, entertaining park benches. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap us up for this video. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this kind of video. And thank you so much for listening to me waffle on about my kind of design process. Check the description down below if you guys want links to the gallery and want to download this. Until next time guys, have an awesome week and I will see you on the next video.